would literally stop what I had to do and go run to the at-home store because somebody found something and I needed that. Or I'd run to Target, or there was a new Studio McGee drop at Target coming, and I'd stay up late just to make sure it wouldn't sell out. And then everybody would comment on the next day, did you get it? Did you get it? Did that sell out? I wasn't able to get it, you know. And then the problem is I would get everything in and I'm like, I don't even like this stuff. And I'd have to waste time going to the store to return it. I won't even go into Home Goods or Target. I mean, I'll stop at a Target because they usually sell birdseed for my son, but that's it. I don't scope around, but I won't stop into Home Goods. I don't want to see what everybody has. I don't go to TJ Maxx anymore because I know that I'm still fighting those old habits. And if I do go into Home Goods, there's a 90% chance I'm going to find something that I'm going to like. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to get home. After I get out of that like high, I'm going to think, well, I don't really like this, or do I even need this, or where do I put it? Or now I need to shift some things around to find a spot for this thing, and I'll end up driving back and returning it. And I know a lot of you do the same thing because I get dozens of messages weekly from women, help me, get me out of this cycle. I've got clutter and closets and garage full, and I don't know what to keep. I don't know what to get rid of. Some of it's expensive. What do I do? And it sucks being in that. You know, time passes. Our life is passing. And what you trade your time for matters. You may think that it's just this innocent little thing, and people making trendy jokes about, oh, my husband doesn't want me to buy this or whatever. Yeah, he's probably pissed. He's probably sick of it. And, oh, how many vases are too many vases? Well, I used to laugh at the same thing until I realized, man, my husband is actually really upset with me about it. And it is causing strain on our marriage. And all these things, all these trending things, it's a never-ending cycle. There will always be something. Always be a new thing. Always be something. And I got a message from a girl that said, well, this is sometimes this is all we can buy, is all we can afford is Amazon. And I said, yeah, because that's all you buy. So if you were to stop and pause and not buy every single trend, and Amazon's not the cheapest, by the way. When people say, can you believe I found this on Amazon? I'm like, yeah, I absolutely can. They literally sell everything. And it's not the cheapest. Yes, sometimes you can find a great deal on it, but there's no award. You're not winning just because you found it on Amazon. It's a trend. It's a trendy thing that people are doing to help their accounts grow. And when they hashtag, found it on Amazon or whatever, it's boosting something with the algorithm and it boosts their account. So if everybody's doing it, that's my clear signal. I'm not going to do it. I do not want to do what everybody has. I don't want to use the trending music. People think if they just keep playing Taylor Swift or Beyonce, like, haven't we had enough of promoting these people? Is it enough of this constant over and over and over? And every account you go to is playing the same song or the same trending audio. I'm just telling it how it is. Don't get mad at me, but it is the same trending thing. It's over and over. It's so much in your face. And I really think people are desperate for something fresh, something new, something different. They're looking for something different and fresh and new. And the newness that they're looking for and the freshness that they're desiring, their soul is desiring it. Like, I reached a point where I was yearning for it. I was literally crying on the inside I don't want to be in this cycle anymore. I don't want to be always chasing it, in pursuit of something, thinking that if I buy this thing and then I'm waiting for that to arrive to create the content on that one thing, that somehow this is going to make me feel better. It's going to make my life better. And I'm all of a sudden going to like my home. I'm going to feel like, yeah, it's not. Because there's going to be something else and something else and something else. And you have to store that stuff. And meanwhile, you're just consuming and spending a bunch of money. It would be better, in my opinion, to hold off on some of those things. Think about it. Leave it in your cart overnight. Don't check out. Leave it in the cart and see if by morning it's something that you still want. And if it's something that you still really want, then buy it. Yes, you can always return it if it doesn't work. But don't buy it just because it's a trending thing and everybody has it. Buy it because you love it. You love it. You're like, oh, I really love this piece. And if it's a great price, that's just a bonus. but make sure you're intentional about it and you really love it. You're going to save yourself so much time, so much money, and all of the time it takes to create the content on that one piece. And then you think, oh, I'm going to create this reel on this one piece that I had to buy and wait for to arrive. Now I'm going to create the reel, and all of a sudden I'm going to get 1 million views on this reel because everybody else did, or I saw one person that had it. Look how much time is invested in that one thing. It's robbing your life. So my advice would be is don't get discouraged with the numbers. If you don't have a huge account, but you have authentic followers, or you're authentic, or you have a engagement, like a one-on-one with even one person who reaches out to you and says, wow, your account's really helping me grow and be better. That's a win. That's a total win. You don't need millions of people. You just need, the purpose. And again, my point of view, my opinion, take it or leave it. But my purpose is I want to help bring women up and out if they're in that type of cycle. So my audience isn't everybody. I'm not going to reach all of those people if they don't want it, or they're not drawn to it. That's just not my niche. But if there's that one woman who is feeling like I was feeling, who is surrounded by a bunch of clutter, she's holding on to things, her closets are packed, and she feels like organizing is and that's the other thing. Organizing is just shifting the same things around. It's like you're not really doing anything unless you're getting rid of stuff first. So you first need to purge and then organize what you're going to keep. But if you're just organizing, you're wasting time just shuffling stuff from one place to the next place, and then you feel like you're actually doing something productive, and it's not really productive. I did it for so long where I had clutter organized, and I thought, yeah, if I buy these bins, well, then I just spend $500 on bins and organizers to organize my stuff. So it was more work, more time, and more money to store and organize all of the stuff I was consuming. I know that there are some of you out there that are feeling how I felt, that you're stuck in a cycle. You're constantly shopping, and you're not even thinking when you're doing it, and you're just pulling out your credit card and you're buying because you saw it somewhere. And I've had to unfollow accounts that made me buy stuff. I'm like, man, they got me again. It's like the Costco ladies. You go through, they're handing out stuff, and I tell my kids, they're gonna get us. Oh no, they're gonna get us. So you walk by, they give you a little taste, and you end up buying something. And I'm like, man, they got us again. It's so easy to do that. So if you're in that flow and you're on Instagram and you're constantly following people, and even me, I promote products also. I promote products. I try to be really intentional about the products and the companies that I promote to make sure they align with my values. Not only that they align with the aesthetic that I'm portraying. Yes, you need to create a beautiful home. There's all kinds of prices and budgets and stuff like that. It doesn't need to take a lot of money, but what I'm hearing from women is that they're desiring less. They want less. They don't want to have a bunch of stuff. They just want to have the right stuff, the right pieces for their space. And they're willing to spend the money on it if it's the right piece that they're going to keep for a really long time. That's the goal, is creating the right space. It doesn't take so much stuff to do that. You don't have to fill every nook and cranny and every shelf. This is why I have one glass cabinet, only one. Because if I buy more shelving, I'm going to fill it. And then I have to spend all that time shelf styling. And shelf styling is not that easy to do, actually. And you end up putting a bunch of stuff on the shelves that need to be dusted. And I'm spending time dusting the shelves. And then I might get sick of how it is. So a week later, I'm rearranging those shelves. It's time consuming. And in the meantime, when I was doing all of this, I was out of shape. I was chubby. I had inflammation. So if I was fat on the outside, imagine what's going on the inside. I thought I was a picture of health. Boy, was I in severe denial. I had a struggling sex life with my husband, mostly because I didn't feel good about myself. And I also didn't put any time aside for that. And if I did, it was quick, let's get it over with, because I got things to do and I got to organize. And I didn't spend as much time with my kids as I could have, or doing things productive, not working out, because I was too consumed and focused on my stuff, organizing closets and shuffling things around and taking content, making sure I got the perfect picture, but I had too much stuff in the way to even get the perfect picture. Then I had to dig things out and move stuff around, and every season I was shuffling stuff around. I mean, honestly, trading some of the best years of our life doing this doesn't make any sense. Like, let's help each other snap out of it, live with a fresh perspective in life on doing what God's called us to do, running our race. And that means being healthy and wise and productive in all areas of our life. I really hope that this speaks to you. If it bothers you, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to ruffle feathers, but it's just, sometimes I do. And your feathers get ruffled.